and a lot of this community are a little older. I'm not making fun of you, but you just don't know what swatting is and what people can really do on the internet. They could fuck your whole life up. And when it goes tit for tat like this, then you've got evil fucks who have the moral high ground. Well, this guy called somebody something. Let's do this to him. If I was you, I would just end this shit because it can get really bad with swatting, all kinds of sick shit. Like, and you could be some innocent guy just driving your car, pulled over and charged for a crime. Listen, I seen a community a long time ago fucking call up and find out like petty crimes that happened in that area. And they gave some guy's name. And this guy got charged with doing something he didn't do, but he got found not guilty later. But still, the guy was charged with like breaking someone's window. They would call up that neighborhood and find out what crimes happened in it. I'm just trying to warn you people because this stuff is sick.
In February 2015, Zachary Lee, a 23-year-old from Maryland in the US, contacted Robert Walker McDade from Coventry, England. Through a messaging app, Lee asked the latter's help in swatting another Maryland resident called Tyler Dobbs. McDade called a terrorist hotline while pretending he was Dobbs. He made claims about having hostages, explosives, and a loaded gun. He threatened to start killing people unless $15,000 was delivered to his address. In response to the false threats, a SWAT team raided Dobbs' home. They shot the 20-year-old in the face and chest with rubber bullets, resulting in broken facial bones and bruised lungs. Lee and McDade were subsequently arrested, facing charges of up to 20 years in prison. Coming up, a swatting incident is captured on live stream and it goes viral. But first, let's take a look at the origins of the term. Swatting is one person's action of deceiving an emergency service into sending a response team to another person's address. The swatter will typically lie to a dispatcher by claiming a serious emergency, such as murder, a hostage situation, or a bomb threat. The term itself is derived from the SWAT unit, meaning Special Weapons and Tactics, which is a specialized branch of law enforcement that handles critical incidents in the US. It's a type of intervention unit that's present under various names in countries all over the world. Swatting started as an online prank, but soon became the means for enacting revenge among people feuding online. It's a highly dangerous practice that can get people hurt and even killed. Dreamer Jordan Mathewson was already fairly well known in the gaming community before the infamous incident of August 2014. Mathewson was live streaming from his office when a SWAT team stormed in and ordered him to get on the ground at gunpoint. The whole scene was captured by his live stream and subsequently went viral. Mathewson was taken in for questioning and released shortly after. An unknown caller had contacted 911 and given the address of the man's office while claiming they'd shot 2 people and were holding others hostage. Our next case involves a man who, despite being blind, became a dangerous phone hacker from a young age. But before we get to that, let's find out how swatters can sometimes cover their tracks. Tracking down a swatter may be a difficult task. They can manipulate their caller ID data, disguise their voice, or trick people into divulging confidential information. They can also use phreaking techniques, meaning that they explore the weaknesses in telecommunication systems. 911 operators have been deceived by perpetrators placing calls from cities hundreds of miles away or even from other countries. The FBI first coined the term swatting in 2008. The practice is most common in the gaming community on live streaming platforms such as Twitch. Although the issue is more prevalent in the US, there have been reports of swatting from prank phone calls to more elaborate schemes in countries all over the world. There are even those who offer their services for a fee as a type of swatting mercenaries. A number of celebrities have also been swatted at their homes, including Miley Cyrus, Tom Cruise, Justin Bieber. While living as a homeless man in Los Angeles, California, Tyler Barris was asked by Casey Viner to swat a man called Shane Gaskill. The two had been feuding over Call of Duty WW2 and a $1.50 wager. Viner threatened to swat Gaskill, to which he responded that he'd be waiting and gave him his former address in Wichita. Barris, known online as Swatistic, had a criminal record for numerous bomb threats, domestic violence and fraud. He called 911 claiming that a suspect had killed his father, was holding his mother and brother hostage, and had been threatening to set the house on fire. He gave the address that Gaskill had falsely claimed to be living at, Wichita PD officers who weren't trained for tactical or hostage rescues took the call. They surrounded the house, and before they could announce their presence, 28-year-old Andrew Finch opened the front door. An officer fired a single round from a Colt AR-15 rifle. Finch was shot through the heart and lung, and he was later pronounced dead. The officer had reportedly reacted to Finch making a motion with his hand. It's worth mentioning that he wasn't the intended swatted target and hadn't even played Call of Duty. In the aftermath, Barris was sentenced to 20 years in a federal prison.